Leonard finishes down at the other end. Kawhi had 36. Toronto's alive. Talk to me, Nick Nurse.
Yeah, I think first of all, his defense was probably the biggest key of the game, right? I think he made not only did he just play good, right, but he made some huge plays with some steals and ripaways and breakaways that were, offense was hard to come by there for both teams for a while. And anytime you can get a steal and a breakout, it's like a huge momentum play. But yeah, he was good. I think he's okay. That was a lot of minutes, but I think he's okay.
This was the 10th 30-point game for Kawhi Leonard this postseason. He's the fourth different player to have that many in a single playoff year over the last 10 postseasons. LeBron has done it 4 times. Kevin Durant and Kobe Bryant did it once. Here's Tim Legler to join us to break things down. Kawhi Leonard, we showed it. You were talking about it in the green room. He looked banged up from the go tonight after the first basket of the game.
All night, yeah.
And so he's gutting it out in the second overtime. He's sucking wind, as are all the players. But his defense really never went away, and that was one of the keys down the stretch.
Well, in a game like this where both teams had a lot of opportunities to win this game and neither team shot very well, the effort was off the charts for both teams defensively. You knew it was going to come down to who's going to make a defensive play that actually leads the offense, and that's exactly what Toronto did when they need it most. Let's start, though, and take a look here. Now, I want you to look at these big orange sneakers. They're important because that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he is fouled out of the game. So now you're late in the game. You don't really have an identity. You don't have a guy that's lurking, a guy to drive an attack, a guy that can get offensive putback. So they try to run their offense a little bit differently, and these are those 2 big possessions. And it starts right here. It looks like Middleton is going to beat Van Vliet to the middle, and I'm going to tell you how important it is. If he's able to turn the corner, you're probably going to get a sink down by Marc Gasol, and you're going to get a wide open look out of Brook Lopez. Okay, so instead, watch the effort that Kawhi Leonard makes to get down here and rake and force Middleton to spin. And on the spin, here's the next thing. Kawhi, brilliant. Hands are up, but watch his left hand come down just in time to play the passing lane. So he gets the deflection there, and then right here, it looks like there's no way he's going to beat Malcolm Brogdon to the ball. That looks like it should be his, and yet watch Kawhi Leonard lunge in here at the last second, get the deflection, biggest possession of the game. This puts them up 3, under 2 minutes to go. Next big possession, another guy that played great tonight was defensive effort. Siakam again, Antetokounmpo out of the game. You get a decent possession here, a little ball screen. Lopez is going to roll to the rim. Nice delivery on a pocket pass, but this is not Brook Lopez's game. I mean, he's riding Danny Green to the rim. He should get something good out of this, but look at the effort right here. Pascal Siakam meets him at the rim, and then again, what does it lead to? The kick out, and now you're going to get an offensive possession. 2-point game, you go the other way. Take a look at what Kawhi Leonard does to finish this off. Give him credit, too, because he's exhausted and hurt. After the spin, watch Chris Middleton. You can see he's starting to look out here. He thinks Kawhi is going to dribble back out. Great little hesitation, splits it. And remember I talked about those orange sneakers? No Antetokounmpo underneath the rim.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard knows that. The only shot blocker on the floor is at the 3-point line because Brook Lopez is out there guarding Marc Gasol. So the 2 biggest plays made by the Raptors defensively, but the key, it led to something easy because there was nothing easy to come by for either of these teams in both overtimes. Giannis fouling out, a huge factor, and Toronto took advantage.
When he did play, he had 8 turnovers, Giannis, and I'm going to get your opinion on his effort tonight, but here's Coach Bud talking about that very subject.
Well, I mean, they're double teaming him a lot. They're pissing a lot of people, a lot of bodies at him. And I would say, what he's done all year, and my guess is what he did today is he's sharing the ball, he's making the right read, he's making the pass. And we probably got to shoot it a little bit better. We got to drive it a little bit better. Maybe we can create more space for him. We'll look at all those things. But, I think when somebody's committed to getting the ball out of his hands, we feel great about the shooting around him and the players around him. And hopefully we can make teams pay. And, we were right on the cusp of winning a game when we didn't play that well.
So this is always tricky, Legs, right? So when a superstar struggles like Giannis did tonight, have to give credit to the Raptors defensively too, or is there more to that?
Well, look, it takes an incredible commitment to load up the edge of the lane and play that way for 58 minutes. That's what they did tonight. Most teams try this against Giannis Antetokounmpo, but it's hard to get the commitment out of everybody that's rotating into the game. Give them credit, but what has to happen is the Milwaukee Bucks need to make Toronto pay if they're going to load up the lane like this. And this is the second time in this series They've gone exactly 11 for 44 from the three-point line. It's 25%. Why is that so key? Because this team made the second most threes in the league on average per night. They were 7th in percentage, and they've had 2 games where they shot 11 for 44. You want to get guys off of Giannis Antetokounmpo out of those driving lanes? Knock down open three-point shots. That's the second time in three games. They have not done that. Toronto's got to feel pretty good overall about the way they've played Giannis. And tonight I thought he was a little bit loose with the basketball. The key is, are the Bucks going to get consistent three-point shooting from this point forward? If they do not, then this thing has the potential for a really long series. If they come into game 4 and they knock down 45% of their threes on the open looks they get, Milwaukee's going to go home and have a chance to close this out. But the defensive effort and commitment to him and attention to detail has been off the charts, as good as you can play a guy that talented and that strong. There's just no room for him to operate. But guys have to help out, take some pressure off by knocking down open shots.
There's a good part of the percent of the population who was looking forward to watching Giannis, right? Who weren't really aware of how the light's at the brightest, right? The whole world is watching. That effort will make for an interesting day off tomorrow, the adjustments.